Welcome back to my channel, The Coin Spot. Today is Best Top 5 Coins One You Want to Miss. We're diving into the world of United States coins. Please don't skip this video, so let's get it started. Top 1. The 2021 United States Dime, minted in Denver. Overview of the 2021 D. Roosevelt Dime. The 2021 D. Roosevelt Dime is a 10-cent coin struck by the United States Mint at the Denver Mint facility, as indicated by the small D mint mark located to the left of the torch on the reverse side of the coin. This dime continues the long-standing tradition of honoring President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who has appeared on the coin since 1946 following his death in 1945. The design was chosen to commemorate Roosevelt's leadership and his association with the March of Dimes, a campaign originally aimed at fighting polio, a disease Roosevelt himself battled. Design details. Obverse, front. The obverse features a left-facing profile portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. This portrait was originally designed by John R. Coinage, who was the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. Below Roosevelt's neck, you can often see Coinage's initials, J.S., although this detail is subtle. The obverse inscriptions include Liberty placed along the left edge of the coin, in God We Trust, located below Roosevelt's chin. The year 2021 placed near the bottom right of the coin. The D mint mark indicating it was minted in Denver. Reverse. Back. The reverse of the coin features a design representing freedom, liberty, and peace through symbolic elements. A torch in the center represents liberty, an olive branch on the left symbolizes peace, an oak branch on the right stands for strength and independence. This design has remained largely unchanged since its debut in 1946. United States of America. Across the top, E pluribus unum, Latin 4, out of many, 1, placed across the middle. 1 dime, indicating the coin's denomination specifications and composition. Denomination 10 cents. Mint, Denver. D. Year of issue 2021. Designer John R. Coinage. Composition: outer layers 75% copper and 25% nickel. Core pure copper. Weight 2.268 grams. Diameter 17.91 millimeters. Edge reeded, although the dime appears silver colored, it contains no silver in circulation. Strikes. Silver dimes were discontinued after 1964. However, silver-proof versions of the 2021 dime were produced for collectors by the U.S. Mint. Mintages and availability. The 2021 D. Roosevelt dime was struck for circulation and also included in U.S. Mint uncirculated coin sets. The Denver Mint typically produces coins for distribution in the western United States. According to U.S. Mint records, over 1.3 billion Roosevelt dimes were minted in 2021, split between Philadelphia, P, and Denver, D, mints. This makes the 2021 D dime very common and readily available in circulation. It's not considered rare or valuable in circulated condition, but uncirculated or high-grade specimens can be of interest to collectors, especially those graded MS 67 or higher by coin grading services like PCGS or NGC. Collector value in general. A 2021 D Roosevelt dime found in circulation is worth exactly 10 cents. However, in mint state condition, it can be worth between $5.25 and $10. Depending on quality. Proof or special mint set versions may carry higher value, particularly the 2021 S silver-proof high-grade coins with perfect or near-perfect finishes can fetch $20 to $50 or more. But these are uncommon if a 2021 D dime exhibits errors or die varieties, like double die obverse, off-center strike, broad strike, or die cracks. It might be significantly more valuable, depending on the error's rarity and visibility. Top 2. The 1997 P Roosevelt dime, covering its history, design, specifications, collector interest, and more, presented in long, informative paragraphs for educational or collecting purposes. Overview of the 1997 P Roosevelt dime. The 1997 P Roosevelt dime is a 10-cent coin produced by the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P mint mark on the obverse, front, of the coin. Like all modern dimes issued by the United States since 1946, the 1997 Roosevelt dime features a portrait of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. The coin continues a decades-long tradition of honoring Roosevelt not only for his leadership during a critical time in American history, through the Great Depression and World War II, but also because of his personal connection to the cause of polio treatment and research, which led to the creation of the March of Dimes. Roosevelt's appearance on the dime was chosen to symbolize his legacy, particularly his role in the fight against polio, a disease he suffered from and which affected millions of Americans in the early to mid-20th century. The March of Dimes, originally founded in 1938 as the National Foundation for Infantile Paralysis, used dime donations from Americans to support research and aid. Roosevelt's image was thus fitting for the 10-cent coin, and his placement there continues to this day. The obverse of the 1997 P dime features the left-facing profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt. This design was created by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time the Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946. The initials J.S., which appear near the truncation of Roosevelt's neck, stand for Sinek's name. For years, a conspiracy theory circulated that the initials J.S. stood for Joseph Stalin, but this was unfounded and purely coincidental. Surrounding the portrait are the following. Liberty is printed vertically to the left of the bust. In God We Trust appears just below Roosevelt's chin. The date 1997 is printed to the right of the portrait. The P mint mark is placed just above the date, signifying that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. This side of the coin is clean, simple, and symbolic, with Roosevelt's calm and resolute profile representing strength and service to the nation. The reverse of the 1997 Roosevelt dime retains the same design first used in 1946. The central design consists of three symbolic elements: a torch in the center, symbolizing liberty; an olive branch to the left, representing peace; an oak branch to the right, signifying strength and independence. This trio of symbols collectively emphasizes the American ideals of freedom, peace, and resilience. The design is compact yet elegant, and has endured for decades without any major changes, a testament to its classic look and meaningful symbolism. United States of America across the top. E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many one, in small letters across the center, beneath the torch 1 dime at the bottom, indicating the denomination specifications and composition. The 1997 P Roosevelt dime is part of the clad coinage that replaced 90% silver coins beginning in 1965. The composition and dimensions of the coin are as follows: denomination, 10 cents mint, Philadelphia Mint. Mint mark P. Year of issue, 1997. Designer, John R. Sinek. Diameter, 17.91 millimeters. Weight, 2.268 grams. Thickness, 1.35 millimeters. Edge. Reeded composition: outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. Pure copper core. Color, silvery in appearance but contains no silver in standard circulation issues. This clad composition was introduced in 1965 to address the rising cost of silver and the hoarding of coins, and it remains the standard for dimes in circulation today. Mintages and availability: the Philadelphia Mint produced a large number of dimes in 1997, making the 1997 P Roosevelt dime a common coin in circulation. In total, over 1.2 billion dimes were struck at Philadelphia that year. As a result, the coin is not rare and is still widely found in everyday change, coin jars, and bankrolls. Its commonality makes it a low-value item unless it is in pristine, uncirculated condition or exhibits a mint error or variety. You can also find the 1997 P dime in U.S. Mint uncirculated coin sets, where it appears alongside other coins from that year in collector quality condition, collector value, and error varieties in circulated condition. The 1997 P Roosevelt dime is worth its face value of 10 cents. However, uncirculated specimens can be worth slightly more to collectors, typically ranging from $7.25 to $12 depending on the quality and preservation. Coins that are graded MS 67 or higher, mint state, by grading services such as PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC can bring in higher prices, sometimes $20 to $60 or more, but only if they are flawless in luster, strike, and surface preservation. Collectors also seek out errors and varieties, which can add significant value. For 1997 P dimes, some possible errors include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, double die obverse or reverse die cracks or cuds, broad strikes. These errors can command prices from a few dollars to several $100s, depending on the severity, rarity, and visibility of the error. However, confirmed major errors for the 1997 P dime are not common. Top 3. The 1995 P Roosevelt dime, a 10-cent coin issued by the United States Mint at the Philadelphia Mint. This breakdown covers everything from design details and composition to historical context, collector interest, and availability. Overview of the 1995 P Roosevelt dime. The 1995 P Roosevelt dime is a small, silvery coin that holds a significant place in modern U.S. coinage. Minted at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P mint mark, this dime is part of the long-running Roosevelt dime series, which began in 1946. The series was introduced 1 year after the death of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and the coin's release was a tribute to his leadership during both the Great Depression and World War II, as well as his connection to the March of Dimes, a foundation created to combat polio, a disease Roosevelt personally struggled with. The year 1995 is not a key date in the Roosevelt dime series in terms of rarity. But the coin remains an important piece of the U.S. circulating coin family. It is often found in daily transactions and in coin rolls from banks. Like other dimes of the era, it was minted in large numbers, making it quite common and easily accessible. However, examples in high-grade mint state condition or with errors can be of interest to collectors' obverse, front, design, and inscriptions. The obverse of the 1995 P dime features the familiar portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinnock, who served as chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. Sinnock's initials, J.S., are visible at the base of the neck. Roosevelt is depicted facing left in a strong, resolute pose, symbolizing his leadership and dedication to public service. This portrait has remained virtually unchanged since 1946, underscoring the timeless respect Americans have for Roosevelt's legacy. The obverse include Liberty prominently displayed on the left, in God We Trust situated just below Roosevelt's chin. The year, 1995, near the bottom right. The mint mark, P, for the Philadelphia Mint, placed just above the date. The layout is clean and traditional, providing a straightforward look that reflects the seriousness of Roosevelt's contributions. Reverse, back, design and inscriptions. The reverse of the 1995 Roosevelt dime maintains the design that has been used since the first coin in this series. It was also designed by John R. Sinnock and contains a trio of symbols intended to convey the values of strength, peace, and freedom. At the center is a torch, which stands for liberty. Flanking the torch are two branches. On the left is an olive branch, symbolizing peace. On the right is an oak branch, representing strength and independence. This balanced, symbolic composition has remained unchanged for decades, as it clearly conveys the ideals upon which the United States was built. United States of America along the top rim, e pluribus unum, a Latin phrase meaning out of many, one, centered horizontally across the middle. One dime centered at the bottom, denoting the denomination of the coin. Specifications and physical characteristics. Here are the technical specifications of the 1995 P Roosevelt dime denomination, 10 cents year, 1995 mint. Philadelphia, P. Designer, John R. Sinnock. Composition, clad. Outer layers, 75% copper and 25% nickel core, 100% copper. Diameter, 17.91 millimeters. Weight, 2.268 grams. Edge, reeded, approximately 118 reeds. Color, silvery white, but contains no silver. Though the dime has a silver-colored appearance, it does not contain any actual silver. The U.S. Mint removed silver from circulating dimes in 1965 due to rising metal costs. Dimes made after that date, except special collector issues, are made from copper-nickel clad materials. Mintage and circulation details. In 1995, the Philadelphia Mint produced a substantial number of Roosevelt dimes, over 1.1 billion pieces. As a result, the 1995 P Roosevelt dime is not rare. It's commonly found in circulation, and most examples show signs of wear due to their long presence in daily use. Here are the approximate mintages for 1995. 1995 P. 1, 125, 500, 000 dimes. 1995 D. 1, 067, 000, 000 dimes. This high mintage makes the 1995 P dime readily available to collectors and the general public. Collector value and error varieties. For the average person, a 1995 P Roosevelt dime found in pocket change is worth exactly 10 cents. However, for coin collectors, condition and rarity are key factors that can affect value. In circulated condition, the 1995 P dime is only worth face value in mint state condition. Values range from $5.25 to $10.50 at higher grades, MS 67 or MS 68. Coins may sell for $10 to $50 or more, especially if certified by grading services such as PCGS or NGC. Some examples with full bands designation on the torch, meaning the horizontal lines are fully struck and separated, can bring premiums, as they indicate exceptional quality and strike error coins, while the 1995 P dime does not have. Widely known major varieties like double dies, some error types from this year can exist, such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks or cud strike-through errors. These error dimes can range in value from $10 to over $150, depending on the rarity and clarity of the mistake. Always examine coins carefully or have them reviewed by a professional grader if you suspect an error. Availability and places to buy or find. Because of its high mintage and relatively recent issue, The 1995 P. Roosevelt dime is easily obtainable. You can find it in circulation in bankrolls through online marketplaces like eBay, Etsy, or coin-specific auction sites at coin shops or coin shows as part of 1995 uncirculated coin sets from a U.S. Mint. Uncirculated examples are best obtained through mint sets or dealer offerings, while circulated coins are everywhere in daily transactions. Top 4. The 1981 D. Roosevelt dime minted by the United States Mint at the Denver Mint. This description covers the coin's historical background, design elements, technical specifications, mintage, collector interest, and value, offering a complete picture for students, numismatists, or anyone interested in U.S. coins. Overview of the 1981 D. Roosevelt dime. The 1981 D. Roosevelt dime is part of a long-running and iconic series of U.S. coins that pay tribute to President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Issued in 1981 by the Denver Mint as denoted by the D Mint mark, this coin was produced during a transitional period in modern American coinage when the Mint was still focused on high-volume production of circulating coins before the more collector-focused changes of the 1990s. This dime was not intended as a commemorative coin or as part of any special series. Rather, it was a continuation of the Roosevelt dime series that began in 1946, 1 year after FDR's death. Roosevelt was selected for the dime because of his strong association with the March of Dimes, a national foundation that helped fund efforts to combat polio, a disease Roosevelt himself had battled for much of his life. The 1981 D. Roosevelt dime is a circulating coin, widely produced and used in everyday transactions. While most examples today are only worth face value, certain high-grade or error specimens can be of interest to collectors. Obverse design, front of the coin. The obverse of the 1981 D dime features the enduring left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time the dime's design was introduced in 1946. Roosevelt's portrait is finely detailed and remains mostly unchanged since its original debut. The strong lines of the profile suggest calmness, leadership, and resilience qualities Roosevelt displayed during the Great Depression and World War II. The obverse include liberty curved along the left side of the coin. In God We Trust located just below Roosevelt's chin. 1981 the year of mintage, found on the lower right. Mint mark D located just above the year, signifying it was minted at the Denver Mint. JS the initials of John R. Sinek are also subtly included at the base of Roosevelt's neck. The coin's obverse continues to honor Roosevelt's legacy both as a wartime president and a symbol of resilience and public service. Reverse design, back of the coin. The reverse of the 1981 Roosevelt dime also follows the original 1946 design and features a powerful and symbolic arrangement of American values. It displays three primary elements, arranged vertically and flanked by inscriptions. Central design features torch, positioned in the center, representing liberty. Olive branch, on the left side of the torch, symbolizing peace. Oak branch, on the right side of the torch, signifying strength and independence. This trio of symbols reflects the ideals of a free, peaceful, and resilient nation, values often associated with Roosevelt's presidency. The reverse, United States of America, curved along the top. Rime pluribus unum, Latin for out of many, one, placed horizontally across the base of the torch. One dime at the bottom, indicating the coin's denomination. The reverse design is compact yet powerful, and its simplicity has allowed it to remain in circulation without major changes for decades. Technical specifications. Here are the physical and compositional details of the 1981 D. Roosevelt dime. Denomination: 10 cents, 1 dime, mint, Denver, D. Designer, John R. Sinek. Composition: outer layers, 75% copper, 25% nickel core, 100% copper weight, 2.268 grams. Diameter, 17.91 millimeters, 0.705 inches. Thickness, 1.35 millimeters. Edge, reeded, 118 reeds. Color, silvery white in appearance. It's important to note that the 1981 dime contains no silver, even though it may appear silver-colored. The U.S. Mint ceased production of circulating silver dimes in 1964, transitioning to a copper-nickel-clad composition to keep coinage economical and practical for widespread use. Mintage and circulation information: the 1981 D. Roosevelt dime was struck in large numbers to meet the demands of commerce in the early 1980s. According to U.S. Mint records, mintage at Denver, D. 676,650,000 coins. This high mintage means that the 1981 D dime is not rare and is still commonly found in circulation. It was intended strictly for circulation. No silver versions were made for general use, although proof versions were produced that year at the San Francisco Mint, S. Mint mark, for collectors because of its abundance, the 1981D Roosevelt dime is not particularly valuable unless found in exceptional condition or with errors collector value and error varieties for most collectors. The 1981D Roosevelt dime in circulated condition is worth only face value, 10 cents. However, as with all coins, certain high-quality specimens or error coins can be more valuable condition-based value circulated condition. Face value uncirculated, MS, 60 to MS, 65 between $6.25 and $10. High-grade uncirculated, MS, 66 to MS, 67 up to $10 to $30. MS, 68 or higher, rare and may fetch $100 to $200 plus, particularly if certified by PCGS or NGC full bands designation on high-grade coins. Collectors seek examples where the torch's horizontal bands are fully struck and separated. These are known as full bands coins and are typically worth more due to their exceptional strike quality. Error coins. Some 1981D dimes may feature mint errors or varieties, including off-center strikes, double die obverse, clipped planchets, broad strikes, die cracks, or die breaks. Error coins can vary significantly in value depending on the severity and rarity of the error, ranging from $5 to hundreds of dollars. Top 5. The 1975 United States 1 dime coin, also known as the 1975 Roosevelt dime, covering everything from its design, history, composition, minting details, collector value, errors, and cultural relevance. This detailed description will help coin collectors, history enthusiasts, and everyday citizens understand this small but significant piece of American currency. Overview of the 1975 Roosevelt dime. The 1975 Roosevelt dime is a 10-cent coin issued by the United States Mint. This coin continues the Roosevelt dime series, which began in 1946 to honor President Franklin Delano Roosevelt following his death in 1945. Roosevelt was selected for the dime not only for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, but also because of his close ties to the March of Dimes, a foundation he helped establish to combat polio, a disease he personally battled in 1975. The United States Mint produced dimes at both the Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, D mint mark, facilities. No dimes in circulation that year were made with a San Francisco S mint mark, nor were any dated 1975 S produced for proof sets. This is historically notable because no U.S. coins dated 1975 S were struck for general use or even in proof sets. Due to the Mint's preparations for the bicentennial coinage program of 1976, the obverse of the 1975 dime features a left-facing portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. This design was created by John R. Sinnock, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time of Roosevelt's death. Sinnock's initials, J.S., appear at the base of Roosevelt's neck. The design has remained largely unchanged since its introduction in 1946, symbolizing continuity, respect, and historical significance. The obverse. Liberty curving along the left side of Roosevelt's profile. In God We Trust positioned just under Roosevelt's chin. The year, 1975, located on the lower right side. Mint mark, D, or blank, appears just above the date. Coins from the Denver Mint feature a D, while coins from the Philadelphia Mint carry no mint mark. The portrait design reflects Roosevelt's importance as a leader during national crisis, and the inscriptions reaffirm America's founding values of liberty, faith, and civic duty. The reverse of the 1975 dime features a clean and symbolic design, also by John R. Sinnock. It showcases three key elements arranged vertically and framed by inscriptions. Design features torch central, representing liberty. Olive branch, left side, symbolizing peace. Oak branch, right side, representing strength and independence. These symbols express the ideals the U.S. holds dear: liberty, peace through strength, and national independence. The reverse. United States of America, arched across the top rim. E pluribus unum, Latin 4, out of many one, positioned horizontally across the base of the torch. 1 dime along the bottom, stating the denomination. This reverse design has proven timeless, having appeared virtually unchanged on every Roosevelt dime since 1946. Technical specifications. Denomination: 10 cents, 1 dime, issuing year: 1975. Mint marks. No mint mark equals Philadelphia. D. Denver. Designer: John R. Sinnock. Metal composition. Outer layers: 75% copper, 25% nickel core, 100% copper. Diameter: 17.91 millimeters. Weight: 2.268 grams. Edge: reeded, about 118 reeds. Color: silver-like appearance, but contains no silver. Important note: all circulating dimes from 1965 onwards, including the 1975 dime, are made from clad copper nickel and contain 0 silver, Unlike their pre-1965 counterparts, which were 90% silver mintage, and production figures, the 1975 Roosevelt dime was produced in large numbers to meet circulation demand. Here are the estimated mintage totals. 585,673,000 coins, 1975, D. Denver Mint. 568,760,000 coins. These high mintage numbers indicate that the 1975 dime is very common in circulated condition and still easily found in pocket change, bankrolls, and coin jars today. Collector value and market interest. Most 1975 Roosevelt dimes in circulated condition are worth only face value, 10 cents. Due to the extremely high mintage and lack of significant rarity, these coins are not considered scarce or highly valuable unless in exceptional condition. Values based on condition: circulated, 10 cents, face value, uncirculated, mint state 60 to 64.25 cents to $1 high grade, MS, 65 to MS, 67 plus $13 to $35 plus full bands. Examples: MS, 67 FB and higher, $50 to several $100s, depending on strike quality and certification. Coins with the full bands designation are especially prized by collectors. The term refers to the clarity and completeness of the horizontal lines across the torch on the reverse side. These coins are often graded by PCGS or NGC and must display strong, fully struck band lines. Error coins and varieties. While no major die varieties have been officially recognized for the 1975 dime, several mint error types have appeared and are sought after by collectors. Common 1975 dime errors: off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks or cuds. Broad strikes, struck outside the collar. Double die obverse or reverse, rare. Error coins can range in value from $5 to several $100s, depending on the type and severity. A dramatic or well-preserved error is especially valuable to error collectors' value. One example sold at auction for over $300,000 note. These coins were never released for general circulation. If you have a 1975 dime without a mint mark but it is proof quality, it's worth having it authenticated by a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Where to find or buy a 1975 dime? Since the 1975 Roosevelt dime is common, it can be found in everyday places: loose change bankrolls, coin roll hunting, coin shops, online platforms, collector coin folders, uncirculated mint sets. Buying or collecting high-grade, certified 1975 dimes is an option for more serious numismatists who want examples with sharp strikes, full bands, and pristine luster. Historical and cultural significance. The 1970s were a transformative time in the U.S., marked by the end of the Vietnam War, Watergate, and economic shifts including inflation and oil shortages. In this context, coins like the 1975 dime served not only as instruments of commerce but also as daily reminders of American identity and resilience. The Roosevelt dime itself continues to carry symbolic weight. Roosevelt's profile is a testament to national leadership, perseverance, and social progress. His connection to the March of Dimes, which helped eradicate polio and still supports infant health today, adds to the humanitarian legacy embedded in the coin. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe on my channel for more videos.